Okay, so we're back with a book haul. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to say Amazon Prime is single-handedly the worst creation humanity has ever made. I feel like many people have been negatively affected by my decisions. And I have cancelled my Prime subscription as a result and vowed to not buy any more books for myself. Gifts don't count until November. No, not November. Boxing Day, which is I think the 26th of December. So August, September, October, November, December. 5.5-ish months. Okay, first one we picked up was, I'm just gonna use my panda body pillow to hold these in place, is A Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. I cannot believe Kmart had this in hardback for like $16. There are illustrated portraits at the beginning. Really interesting though how like all the characters are white. I don't know, bro. I think this was, I can't remember if this was oh my god, absolutely gorgeous. Why does this dude kind of look like Chris Pratt? I can't remember if this was released before or after the Mortal Instruments. I've only read, this dude kind of looks like Deku from My Hero Academia, but like hot and older. What do you call it? I can't remember if this was released before or after the Mortal Instruments, which was the only series I've read from Cassandra Clare. But yeah, we got this. Nikki also has a matching copy because we went out for her birthday on the day that we bought this. So yeah, Kmart, you gotta pick it up even if you don't like it because it's just a beautiful work of art. I know it's in the Shadowhunters like world, but other than that, I have no idea what it's about. I'm probably not gonna pick this up for a while because I have like a bajillion other books on my TBR, but this is sitting top shelf in my bookshelf. The second thing I picked up from Kmart was Letters from Berlin by Tania Blanchard. There was a sticker here that I like not ripped off. I used a cuticle pusher to like slowly indent it out, and now, oh, you can't see, but there's a depression in here. Like there's a depression in here. I'm joking. But it's a historical fiction novel based in Berlin 1943, I'm assuming. Yeah, during Second World War, as the Allied forces edge closer, the Third Reich tightens its grip on its people. For 18-year-old Susanna Gottman, this means her adopted family, including the man she loves, Leo, are at risk. So I really hope this is like a standalone novel. Otherwise I'm gonna be pissed that I picked up like the sequel. But yeah, Bayan was like, yo, I'm gonna choose a book and then you're gonna read it, and I was like, alright, and then he chose this one. So don't know when I'm gonna get to this. I recently read what was it? The War That Saved My Life. That was set in World War II, and finished The Book Thief, the movie, which was also World War II. So, you know, we're kind of in the mood. Not that anyone's really in the mood for mass murder. But that was all I got from Kmart. The rest were Amazon. Oh my god. But anyways, another beautiful copy. We have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I'm just going to take up the dust jacket because this is the most gorgeous shade of emerald green. Look at that. Look at that spine. The silver. Tell me this is not totally just like Slytherin vibes. Absolutely stunning. And is there a map? Of course. Lovely map. Picked this up because Daisy read this and she said she loved it. And I also watched what's her name? A Clockwork reader, Hannah, read this, and she said it was like one of the best books she's read so far this year, if not the best. So I am like absolutely so excited to pick this up. I think this is going to be in my TBR this month for August, so I should be reading this sometime soon. But I know the way that Hannah described it, it was like kind of a Starless Sea vibes, you know, a book about books and like people loving books and like libraries, which is evidently so up my alley. And yeah, she just looks absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, I'm just so excited. Beautiful, beautiful cover. This is standing right next to this one, not this one, this one. So that was Sorcery of Thorns. The next thing I picked up on the topic of A Starless Sea was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I read A Starless Sea earlier this year, probably a couple of months ago, and it was just so breathtaking. I haven't been immersed in a story like that in so long. Like, I would read it and then when I'd look up, I wouldn't even realize how much time had passed by. And that was her second novel. So I definitely had to pick up The Night Circus because her writing was, yeah, it was so lyrical, it was so lush. I've seen this do its rounds. I don't think it was as highly rated as The Starless Sea, but I'm not too sure. But the blurb says, the circus arrives without warning, no announcements preceded. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. So yes, I am super excited. Magic, I don't know if it's magical realism or if it's just fantasy, like straight fantasy, but really, really excited to read this. I initially placed a lot of these orders because the other day I just like wanted to like go to bed with a book that was like super easy. I didn't have to think about it too much. But then I looked at my bookshelves and I was like, okay, hold on. Literally all of these are just kind of dense and intense and not what I wanted to go for. So I just wanted to have some books available for me just to pick up on a whim when I wanted to read something a little bit easier. So that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. The next one I picked up was Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. Not long when I first saw this, I was like, was this just like a giant typo instead of Hamlet? But I was first intrigued by this because the cover was just absolutely stunning. I swear, in my Bujo, I have a spread of all the books I've read this year, and then I color it in when I finished a book in the same color as the cover of the book. And there are so many blue books. Or maybe I'm just reading a lot of blue books, but there's just like so many blue books. I mean, can you blame them when this is just like a beautiful cover? Hate stickers that you can't take off though. But yes, the cover intrigued me, and also what I thought was a typo. But then on Goodreads, Sophie, what's her name? I forgot. I'm gonna have to look it up now. Okay, just went to my Goodreads. Her name is Phoebe. Phoebe, I took an English class last spring semester, and yeah, we friended on Goodreads, and she read this and just rated it so highly on there. So I was like, oh my god, have to pick that up because yeah, we have a lot of similar book tastes. So the blurb says, on a summer's day in 1596, a young girl in Stratford-upon-Avon takes to her bed with a sudden fever. Her twin brother, Hamnet, searches everywhere for help. Why is nobody at home? Their mother, Agnes, is over a mile away in the garden where she grows medicinal herbs. Their father is working in London. Neither parent knows that Hamnet will not survive the week. Hamnet is a novel inspired by the son of a famous playwright, a boy whose life has been all but forgotten, but whose name was given to one of the most celebrated plays ever written. But yeah, sounds absolutely lovely. Again, another historical fiction. I didn't realize I'd pick up this many. But yeah, so excited to pick this one up whenever I get to it. Okay, I'm going to talk about the next three just together because they are all part of the Shadow and Bone series. Oh! I mean, who hasn't heard of Leigh Bardugo at this point? This is a trilogy in the Grishaverse. This color story, Blue and Gold. Hello, another blue book. Blue and Gold is just so regal. I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom and absolutely loved it. So I have a lot of high hopes for this one. I know this is, yeah, a Netflix original series. The Netflix show is like this one and Six of Crows together, right? Yeah, I am really excited for this. I just, you know, I read Six of Crows not at the most optimal time. It was during exam seasons, and I just literally couldn't put it down. Had to read it through the night. The next day, supposed to be studying, alas. So it's really been actually a long time coming. I know there haven't been too many great reviews. This is the second one, sorry, Ruin and Rising. Oh, there's a phoenix. Yo, is this not Harry Potter? I know the color themes for the houses are a little bit different, but that's like a stag, it's a phoenix, and it's a snake. But anyways, I know the reviews for like King of Scars, the one with the wolves, something about wolves, isn't that great. And I honestly haven't heard too much about this, but Hannah, Clockwork reader, reread this recently and said that it was pretty good. So I'm very excited, and it just is very satisfying to have these all up next to my Six of Crows. I might just make a Leigh Bardugo shelf just for the heck of it. Why not? Okay, next two I will also talk in conjunction with each other. They are Book Lovers and You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. I'm gonna talk about this one first because, as you can see, I've already read it and I have tabbed a lot. So, oh my god, this is honestly what instigated like this entire book haul, because I just could not stop seeing this book everywhere. Like, everyone's just recommending it to me. Everyone was speaking so highly about Emily Henry, basically how she just cannot be faulted as a romance writer. And I was like, you know what can get less denser? Not to say that romance you can't have depth or profundity, but I was just looking for a good time, and this was such a great time. It was an amazing time. So definitely do not regret picking this up. Basically, the fact says Nora is a cutthroat literary agent at the top of her game. Her whole life is books. Charlie is an editor with a gift for creating bestsellers, and he's Nora's work nemesis. Nora has been through enough breakups to know she's the one men date before finding their happily ever after. To prevent another dating dud, Nora's sister persuades her to swap her city desk for a month's holiday in Sunshine Falls. It's a small town straight out of a romance novel, but instead of meeting sexy lumberjacks, handsome doctors, or cute bartenders, Nora keeps bumping into Charlie. I feel like the blurb kind of makes it sound like it was like enemies to lovers, but I don't think that's the case. Like, I think from the get-go there is like some kind of tension, but honestly it was like funny from the get-go. It was just like, I don't know, just a dude you like banter with. So they weren't really like nemesis. I wouldn't classify this under enemies to lovers. But what is really interesting about this and why I love it so much is because it subverts the like cold-hearted CEO partner that like doesn't care about anything but their work, and all their partners leave them to go to the small town where they fall in love with like a down-to-earth girl, blah, blah, blah. So we're actually following the woman that gets left behind by her boyfriend because he thought she was just like a cold-hearted hag. She's not, because she is like so much more than that, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore because this is already too long. This one, You and Me on Vacation, again by Emily Henry. I saw, what's her name? Cindy from With Cindy, who was before Reid with Cindy, rate this highly. I'm not sure what happened with like the title, but I'm pretty sure an alternate name for this book was People We Meet on Vacation. That's what it was called. I don't know if it's original, if it's another title, but that copy was like double the price of this one. So these match anyway, so that's why I picked it up. I think it's also just like the most adorable covers ever. It's basically about two best friends that used to go on annual holidays, but one holiday they just stopped meeting up, and then since then it's kind of been just like wading through the mud of just unknown waters and feeling disconnected. And I feel like this Book Lovers was quite emotional. There definitely is like some baggage, and I know some people prefer to read their romance as like just a romance, but I definitely do enjoy when books kind of go into other facets of the characters other than just their romantic life. So the fact that there's also a lot of friendship behind this relationship really, really interests me, because I definitely am a very friends to lovers kind of girl. Definitely rooting for, you know, that chemistry from like years of friendship building up into something more. So I am so excited to pick this up whenever I do pick this up. Finally, we have Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my god. You literally cannot go anywhere on the internet, anywhere on BookTube, anywhere on BookTok, anywhere on Bookstagram without seeing Miss TJR. I know her other books. What are they called again? Evelyn Hugo's husband, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and maybe Daisy Jones and the Six are more popular than Maybe in Another Life. But I know those two are kind of like interview style formats, so I think I would prefer to listen to them on audiobook. So that's why I picked up this one. I also really want to pick up, what's the other one? Malibu Rising. But I'm just like really scared about just buying a lot of books from the same author when I haven't read any of their works before and I'm not sure if I'll like them. I kind of did with Emily Henry, but I kind of like already knew just based off everyone else's recommendations that I would love her. Whereas for Taylor Jenkins Reid, I'm like really not sure. But this was actually a secondhand copy. Oh, I forgot to take the sticker off the back. I love the color schemes of her books, by the way. I feel like they look so nice next to Emily Henry's. Could you imagine Malibu Rising in between here? That would look, or maybe Malibu Rising right here. Oh, that would look so wonderful. But this is the story of Hannah, and it's talking about two concurrent lives that she lives based off certain decisions that she takes. So I'm really interested in how that will play out, because I think non-linear narratives can often be a little bit challenging to portray effectively. But you know, I can't stop hearing about her name, so I'm sure she does it well. Anyways, that is it. So yeah, bye.